Or cost any rent. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Do
we'll
it
love
first,
that.
right.
Right. Well, we'll welcome back. I'm sorry that we were so rudely interrupted, but we all left according to instructions and we have reconvened. And I think that you were in the middle of telling us all about RPI.
Thank you. Well, hopefully not all about RPI, but what I was saying is part of the Football Foundation grant application rules are that we can only increase pitch fees by RPI, even though our policies account for CPIH. And it's rounded as part of policy to the nearest pound, to this whole pound. So the Football Foundation have confirmed their acceptance of the proposed charges from the 1st of September 2026, and that's laid out in the paper, which the advisory group are recommending to this committee.
That's your pen. So we have a proposal. You happy to propose?
Propose? Yep.
Do we have a seconder? I'm happy to second. So all those in favour, please show. Thank you. So we move on to the progress report. And we gloss over the fact that the mermaid's back in position.
It is worth noting that that the repair did cost £8,500.
Even though it was on insurance.
Yes, it'd be interesting to know whether our premiums changed.
I've
next
asked
year.
that before and was told that it had no effect, but
That isn't how my experience of.
well, I mean,
works.
as someone who's on the finance committee, I'd be very interested if you hear anything.
I'll be keeping an
further.
eye on that one, Jill.
Please do. And the other one that's quite interesting is the old fire station. Charlotte, they're starting work on the 15th of September, which, given all the ups and downs, that's quite extraordinary, really. And it's going to take 14 weeks. So everything's still on train.
On track. It was finalising roof lights.
Yeah.
I was just going to ask a question about that. When the work starts, will West Street be closed? Do we know? And also, will the work affect any of the, we have the Christmas fair and we have a road closure. Will the works
No, shouldn't do.
shouldn't have any effect? Okay, brilliant.
Yeah, Monday to Friday, normal working hours.
Oh, really?
8:30.
Brilliant.
Yeah, and deliveries, not busy periods.
Brilliant.
So,
Perfect. Thanks a lot.
Sorry.
Yeah, nice to see this has got progressing. I'm interested about the back box, which is to be installed.
Yes.
Do you know where that might be? Because that's going to happen in the next week, I imagine.
Yeah, this week we'll be going up, and they'll be going up in the tree outside the old fire station gallery.
Okay.
Yeah, either tomorrow or Thursday.
Okay, and is that because there were bats
I
found
believe there were
there?
one
bat.
solitary bat.
One solitary
One
bat.
solitary bat.
Who's had a nice home for 5 years.
How do we tell the bats? We've got that right in the sky.
No, they don't.
They have extrasensory perception.
These things. Name on the back.
You find the nearest belfry and then.
Very good. Gavin.
Could we take a step back to Riverside Bank repairs?
We could do, yes.
We just went straight over that. I keep
We went straight to the mermaid, yes.
20th the 10th, 2000.
Yes,
The start it.
correct.
Before then.
Is there a completion date anticipated?
Well, you can see in the report, they have to apply for this FRAP, don't they, Charlotte? Which we weren't too sure that when they presented to us, they didn't feel that was necessary. But now you know more about
They
this,
said
don't
6
you?
months and it's now obviously 9 months, but they did say it was a guesstimate. It wasn't, they had no way of actually telling how long it would be, but that it was really long. And actually the 2020 is not when it was first raised. It was about 5 years before that.
Yes.
So it's even
I guess we
worse.
just run out of space in the box to minute or minute.
Small attack face.
It got put on the back burner for various projects over the years, so other things took priority until it became a health and safety risk, because we had 2 site visits from different EA representatives who basically told us that the work we wanted to do was cosmetic, which was really debatable considering 2 different prams went into the river along the crumbly riverbank. But still, we bow to the expertise of the EA and them telling us that it was aesthetic. But because they did that, and a lot of other things, it's been discussed in various meetings. There's so much. I'm really glossing over all of the debate that's gone on about it. It was kind of put on the back burner by the previous town clerk, and then when the new town clerk came in, who's obviously not quite so new now, he took it more seriously. It's been minuted since then. Unfortunately, there have been other priorities. That's all. Like the adventure golf was one of them.
And that is cutting a long story short.
Believe it or not.
What about build it and they will come, the principle? Just do it.
What about builders just
There's a
coming?
concept of build it and they will come. Like
Well,
Bilbao,
well,
Guggenheim.
yeah. Well, there we go. We're Henley, aren't we? And we do things really properly too, I think. And are there any other queries? Anyone else? Sarah?
Yeah, sorry, I didn't know what the chapels related to.
What?
The chapels.
Oh, the chapels. Well, Charlotte can enlighten us on the chapels.
So in Fairmont Cemetery, we have the one chapel and we have the columbarium. And initially, quite similar roofing works and repair works quite outstanding at the same time as the old fire station gallery. However, both tenders came back colossally expensive.
They're very expensive, isn't it?
And it was deemed that the chapel's works weren't essential right now, so they could wait a little bit while we focused on the old fire station gallery. And we did get the people that re-roofed the columbarium back out to look at the issues with the roof there, and those works have been completed. They said that the works originally were needed, but they were done at the wrong time of year, which is why the mortuary joints didn't stay. But now it was done during the summer months, so it is ordered.
Right, so it's an ongoing situation. Again, it's a big chunk of money.
Oh, yeah.
And we already are committed to large spendings. Yeah. Sarah, again?
Yeah, no, and really great to see the progress under the town council building of decarbonisation. The fact that we have a full list of potential energy saving measures. I just wondered when the viability of the recommended actions, the next update will be given.
I just saw that Katrina is giving us a full council, isn't she? She's going to be doing a presentation.
But she's a biodiversity officer, not the net zero officer, so it might be on something different.
Yeah, maybe, but we'd have to ask, and I don't know the answer to that. Does anyone else? Helpful?
It's quite a lengthy list that's come back, so I think there's going to be a lot of time spent researching.
Any other questions?
The 2G pitch, I understand that there was good news on that, in that the shop pad didn't need replacing, and we've saved quite a considerable amount of money on that. Maybe Deputy Clerk or
Charlotte.
the officer can.
So instead of it being circa 59,000, it's going to be 1,750. The repairs were really in very small parts, so that's really good news.
Sorry, could you repeat that? I didn't quite hear that. It was going to be
to replace
59.
the entire
Yeah.
pad was going to be 59,000.
5.9.
Yeah.
And now it's down to
1,755.
no way.
Plus that.
So a happy result.
That's a really good result.
I think we'll put you on a few more projects.
What do you know about scaffolding?
Well, they've already done very well on scaffolding.
Excellent.
Any more questions? No? So we move on from the progress report. How about the money? What do you think of our finances? Apart from the car park doing jolly well.
Cracking summer.
Yes, the cracking summer. Are there any? Does anyone have any queries? mean, there's obvious things like 3G pitch income, there hasn't been any because it's been worked on.
Looking at the temporary moorings income,
Yes.
there's a review of that taking place,
That's
isn't
right,
there?
yeah.
Is who's doing this? Is it the town
We
clerk?
Under other name, isn't it?
Is it? Yeah. I'm just wondering how that will fit into the budget setting process.
Carl, what are we?
Sorry, what was the?
The temporary moorings income. I mean, the fact that it's dipping down, it's from against
We
last
decided
year,
to review.
and I understand there's a review taking place. I don't know what the status of that is or who's doing it. Yeah. Okay.
Is it Sheridan's? Yes, yes. 'cause
So will you
we're
bring
way
a
out,
report to the
yeah.
next meeting of this committee? 'Cause I'm just thinking about the budget setting process because we
can ask
wanted to
him.
be part of that. Okay.
Yes, yeah.
We'll ask him to
We
do
can
that.
ask him to have a
Yeah.
look at that, yeah.
Well, I think he is looking at it. I just,
I'd be amazed if he wasn't doing that already.
yeah.
That's the thing he loves doing, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah. Any other queries? Okay, so we'll move on to the Henley Town Football Club informal grass pitch proposal. Several of us met the Henley Town Football Bunch with Carl and Glenn and Kelly and Steve and myself to talk through their proposal. And Charlotte's written this very full report, which I'm sure you've all read, and it seems to be a win-win situation. So are there any queries? Are you happy with the resolution? The club, yes, Glenn, club are
Propose
happy. Yeah?
acceptance, but
Yeah.
also I've had quite a lot of conversations about this with them over the last few months. A sort of concept idea really, but it sort of all came to a head quite recently when there was some, I guess, kids on the triangle that lit a fire at a time when the grass was dead. So there's a nice big black scorched earth patch there now, which Sally, who runs the cafe based at the football club, was running backwards and forwards trying to put out.
She was, wasn't she?
Being the closest person there. Would have been a lot easier for her had they had this rear access, and that's why I thought, you know what, let's get this done, let's get some people together and try and sort it out. So I had another look there today, and initially I thought they would have to sort of plough through the bramble that's there. But having had a look today, there's a couple of trees and there's a gap between them that's easily big enough. I think it just would need a couple of lower branches removed. These are quite small trees.
Well, Carl, you're going to be involved in this, aren't you? Yeah. So,
Yeah.
I met on site with Glenn, we had a quick look and it's quite a fairly easy,
yes,
easy
yeah,
fence.
lovely. Well, thank you for working with them, and thank you for bringing this to our attention, Glenn, because it seems to be a win-win. Sarah?
Yeah, and I think it's helpful to hear, having had conversations with Glenn about, you know, the main reason for this is because the club is growing and they need extra space. So that's really encouraging from a sport activity take-up perspective. I'm afraid I'm not familiar with the area. I haven't been down there for a while, and so I didn't understand some of the diagrams, and I had the chance to really try to go down there. So Glenn kindly sent me some photos when he went there this afternoon. I suppose I know you have put that the biodiversity, the path will be limited, and to preserve as much of the natural habitat as possible. And it's just to make sure that whatever you're cutting through is not, used by nature. So I know the brambles is something that has limited biodiversity gain, but also the opportunity to look into alternatives and to keep as much of the tree cutting as minimal as possible. What I also struggled, and apologies again, I'm not familiar with this area, is how long this path would be. So I know it's very clear it's 2 meters wide, but how much vegetation is going to be taken up and what could be the impact of that?
If they go through the trees, potentially very little, because we walked through there today, didn't we? It's nothing. If they were to go through the bramble, that is about 2 or 3 meters wide at the moment. But I'm hoping they'll be able to go through the trees and there'll be almost no difference.
So lengthwise, so I've got the width
I think
is
the
2
length-
meters, but in terms of how far does this pathway need to be created?
I think through the area where there's actual growth, it's probably no more than 3 meters. But the growth is very limited at ground level where the path would be. I think the biggest problem with the route through the trees actually is the low branches rather than stuff on the
You'll
ground.
have to get on your bike, Sarah.
Katrina was there.
We'll go for another walk.
Yeah, and I suppose the question is, I know that they said quite clearly this is for their winter months. So obviously, I'm asking the questions, well, what will they need in order to provide a training facility? Like, they'll have to have some light, so, or something like that. You know, what are they going to, when are they going to use this? And how are they going to use it?
It's because their pitch is low lying, as was said, it floods quite early and it dries quite slowly. And the reason they want this extra pitch is to basically offload some of the training, so that the people who are doing training are not churning up the pitch while it's wet. That's what they plan for. There is a lighting question, because obviously in the winter months it is dark, but they are thinking to get around that with small portable lights that they can just wheel in and out as needed. That's their sort of current thinking at the moment. There's no solid plan in place, but concept really.
We were very aware of the biodiversity because we know it's very much a concern of this council and yourself. So it was a topic that we covered a lot when we were down there. Sorry, Any more? Otherwise, are you happy that we accept this recommendation? That the Parks team help Henley Town Football Club by using the council's machinery to create a pathway no wider than 2 metres to give access to the grass area behind their leased land from the rear gate. And B, Henley Town Football Club are given permission to mark out the pitch by painting white lines on the grass. And C, Henley Town Football Club are to maintain the footpath and grass area behind their leased land, and an addendum is added to their lease. I'm happy to propose this from the chair. Is anyone have a second?
Yes.
Thank you much, Glenn. All those in favour? Unanimous. Thank you very much. And with that, we close the meeting.